Remember, Rajasthan, even the BJP thought they were comfortably placed, but India Today and Access My India don't seem to think so. Access My India is predicting for the India Today group that the Congress could end up between 86 and 106. Remember that 200 seats, 199 went to polls, so the midway mark is 100. 86 to 106, the Congress could end up with more than a majority, which, if turns out to be the case, would be historic, because not since Bhairav Singh Shekhawat in 1993 has any party been re-elected. So that would be a phenomenal performance by the magician Ashok Gehlot. The BJP predicted to bag between 80 and 100. Now CNX predicts that the Congress, CNX is also giving Congress the edge. CNX predicts 94 to 104. The range is narrower than ours. They think the BJP could end up between 80 and 90. So CNX and Access My India are directionally saying the same thing. Jan Ki Baat, on the other hand, gives 100 to 122 to the BJP, 62 to 85 to the Congress. Matriz gives 115 to 130 to the BJP, 65 to 75 to the Congress. ETG gives 56 to 72 to the Congress, 108 to 128 to the BJP. So you've got two polls, Access My India and CNX, which show Congress directionally in front in a tight fight. The other polls seem to show the BJP quite comfortably home. Rahul Verma, if you were to try and draw meaning from the poll of polls, how would you interpret this?
Of course, from the poll of polls, 2 are basically suggesting Congress edge and 3 are giving clear victory to BJP. I would be a bit circumspect about the Rajasthan numbers, and purely from the numbers looking at Access My India. In the 4 states where Access My India has done surveys, in 3 states their gender profile in the survey is really, really good, where they have around 45 to 48% of women interviewed. In Rajasthan, they have only interviewed 28 to 30%, right? So the number of women voters who have been surveyed in Rajasthan is lower. Of course, they have weighted the data and extrapolated the data, but...
No, but using that same women logic, can I make the argument that that could potentially suggest that the Congress could end up more than 106? And I'll explain to you why. Because in Rajasthan, more women are voting for the Congress than men are. Therefore, if you undersampled amongst women, but if that trend holds because it's on a large base, but you actually went out and sampled more women, then that 106 number could increase even further. So that's the hope. By that logic, it could work both ways.
Yes, it's possible. But then we are also in the land that when you try to extrapolate from a small data, then it could go either way, because the sample you collected was just telling you one direction and not telling you the other direction. So I'm just being circumspect. I'm not saying it could be different.
Can I make an argument just on the technicality, which is that the India Today Access My India team polls in every seat.
Yeah.
So in the seats where the trends are quite clear, and they've polled thrice before the post-poll study. So they have seats which they classify as safe because those seats, the trends are very clear. In seats where in your first post-poll study, the trends are showing a tight fight, you go back and poll with a larger sample. So you try and minimize the prospects of error. And sometimes you go back and poll a second time if your first revision doesn't throw up a clear number. So there's a lot of polling that happens. But of course, India looked like it was going to win the World Cup, but it didn't. So there is that too.
And because vote share numbers are very, very close within the margin of error.
That is the bigger problem.
No, but the vote share numbers being close will give the Congress greater satisfaction at the moment in Rajasthan, because traditionally the BJP wins in Rajasthan where it wins big. There are seats, particularly in the urban pockets, where the BJP traditionally wins big. Number 2, the one rule of thumb that I've seen, the 2 polls that Pradeep got wrong, he's not here at the moment, were Bengal and Bihar. In both of those polls, he underpolled women. And Mamata Banerjee in Bengal and Nitish Kumar in Bihar were scoring much more heavily among women and eventually won those elections, Nitish by a much smaller margin. The fact is, if women have voted one way, you tend, and we are seeing it in all states, they tend to vote for welfarism, for the various schemes that are benefiting their lives. We are seeing this in Madhya Pradesh, we are seeing this in Rajasthan, which is why 2 incumbents, Rahul, both of whom were being written off 6 months ago. You would have asked anyone 6 months ago, they would have said Ashok Gehlot is going to lose, partly because, and that's why I think some of the polls just put a tukka number, 30 saal to haar rahe hain. I mean, governments are being rotated, so we are putting it. Chanakya, who you don't have on your poll of polls, also seems to be suggesting Congress has a slight edge. I have felt that the BJP is in the race in Rajasthan. I refuse to believe that the BJP is out of the race, and our poll numbers also show that. It could well be the BJP at 95. I think independents and rebels are the key. If independents and rebels, and they can be undersampled sometimes, because how do you know how much an independent or a rebel is getting? If that goes wrong, then your Rajasthan numbers, even your vote share numbers can go wrong. And that could change. So those 15 to 20 that I think you're giving 15%, that 15% to others will decide Rajasthan. Will the rebels be in number of winning candidates about 10 or 12, or will they be 20? If they are 20, then you are heading for a hung assembly.
No, and also, whose rebels are they? Are they BJP rebels or Congress?
That's post-poll, Rahul. Post-poll, who the rebels are will decide who forms the government. Let's be fair, Gehlot is one of the few guys who managed to survive for 5 years, even though he got just 99
He managed
out of
to survive
199.
despite the Congress High Command wanting to change him.
No, the BJP tried to remove his government in 2020, didn't succeed. The Congress tried to get him out of Rajasthan in 2022, they did not succeed. Ashok Gehlot is a survivor. If he's able to reach 95, for me, for Ashok Gehlot, the magic number is 95. For the BJP, they would possibly need 100.
I don't agree. I think that the BJP, if it's neck and neck, it's advantage BJP and Amit Shah. If the Congress is comfortably placed, then great, it's the Congress's win. If it comes to pulling people in a very fractured race, it's advantage BJP. Not for any particular reason, except that's the track record for the last 10 years.
So you're basically saying BJP is better at Samdam Dandabhed.
No, well, if you look at it, okay,
you're saying that they're better at breaking parties.
No, not just breaking parties. I'm saying getting independents over.
But Gehlot last time was able to do it.
Gehlot is smart, no doubt.
He's not a politician you should underestimate. You see,
but he's up against the might of the BJP. It's not just, it's a one individual Gehlot up against the might of the might.
I agree with you. In fact, I should revise that. If the BJP gets 90, they will be in the race. Gehlot needs minimum 95.
No,
that's what I meant.
So you've changed your theory.
No. My theory. No. The BJP needs lesser seats in terms of 90. They will go all out to reach 100. Gehlot at 95 will make every effort. There are enough people that he has a lot of IOUs. Ashok Gehlot has a lot of IOUs.
And MOUs with the other parties.
No. You see, for Vasundhara Raje, 90 is a good situation to be in. Because a lot of the rebels who might win could be people aligned with her. We don't know.
If you actually look at the figure, if I can get a word in.
No, but that's an important point. Vasundhara Raje, if the BJP is around 90, comes out stronger because she's the only one who can hold everything together. If it's a fractured government, you need somebody with expertise and experience in running the state to keep things together. Bringing in a fresh face, that fresh face, unless he has a comfortable majority, will find it tougher to keep the ship steady. So Vasundhara Raje would be happier with a fractured mandate. Somebody like a Gajendra Singh Shekhawat or somebody else would prefer a bigger mandate if they are to be chief minister. So there's that as well. Salman shows, do you think if it's 98 versus 96 or some such thing in a very tight race, it's actually advantage BJP?
I think the BJP advantage is long gone. I think we're living in a different world. I'm really surprised that you have not mentioned that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister may have actually really damaged BJP's chances in states like Rajasthan. In fact, the story here is that they made this about themselves. They made this about the central BJP. And I think the results are in front of you. I think they have really damaged their party. They've damaged Vasundhara Raje Scindia and other local leaders. And Mr. Ashok Gehlot, and he is, after all, a very experienced leader. I think the results that you're seeing are of his governance, partly his governance, which has been very good for the people of Rajasthan, and also this over-smart politics by the BJP, which is hurting them not just in Rajasthan, but across the country. You will see the results of Telangana. That is another self-goal by the BJP, no matter
Shehzad Poonawalla, we'll come to Telangana in just a moment. I don't want to get ahead of where we are.
I'm surprised that you would not even mention the Prime Minister today. Because,
no, Shehzad Poonawalla, will you concede? No, one second. On the basis of what the post-poll studies are saying, Shehzad, do you concede that Rajasthan is more closely fought than you would have imagined? Some polls do show BJP ahead, but just marginally. This is not the kind of landslide victory that the BJP internally was hoping for. They were convinced that they were winning handsomely. That's not the case in Rajasthan.
Rahul, let me differ with you very humbly and let me give you a reason for that, and then let me answer Salman's point also. Rahul, from 2018 to 2023, for Rajasthan government to buck the historical trend of the last 2 decades, 2.5 decades, they needed to add on to its already existing vote bank another vote bank. Now please tell me which vote bank has been added. The youth vote bank? Has the women vote bank been substantially added because of just one so-called welfare? Has the Gujar vote bank been added after offending Mr. Sachin Pilot? Which vote bank has been added? Therefore, these numbers don't actually make sense, and I actually go with the circumspection of Rahul Verma. But having said that, you know, Salman, tonight you should avoid making convenient, conditional removal of conclusions. I'll tell you why. Because whatever conclusion you draw for Rajasthan as per our national leadership, then the same conclusion goes on its head in Madhya Pradesh. So are you saying that in Madhya Pradesh, this entire strategy was right? And look, we had a clear-cut strategy for all 5 states. We led under collective leadership. It is you who projected a face in Madhya Pradesh, but did not project the Gehlot you're singing peens about in Rajasthan. So please, Salman, I think you should hold on to your horses. And I just want to ask one basic, simple question as far as Rajasthan is concerned. Please tell me that what is the new vote bank that was added on top of the existing 2018 vote bank for Mr. Gehlot to get perhaps what you are projecting even more than what he got last time? It is not possible. And therefore,
Shehzad,
I think this is optimism on Prozac.
So with due regard, the problem with politicians is you cherry pick. You see, on Madhya Pradesh, you believe everything's gone right because the numbers have gone right. You're choosing. One minute. Our analysis, I can only base our analysis at the moment on the poll numbers. What the poll numbers are clearly showing, and I'll look at Axis for a moment. In Madhya Pradesh, as of now, the Congress seems to have got its strategy wrong of investing, if these numbers are right, of all its eggs in a way in Kamal Nath's basket. On the other hand, if the numbers are right, the BJP may have got its strategy wrong of not being able to set the narrative for Rajasthan, which Ashok Gehlot 6 months ago, with his chain of welfare schemes, was able to set. I'm only going by these numbers. If these numbers are wrong, we will have a very different analysis on the third. But as of today, the BJP also should have the humility in the context of Rajasthan to accept that maybe Ashok Gehlot was able to set the narrative that I am the welfare Purush, call him the welfare Purush or the Vikas Purush of Rajasthan, and the BJP decided that look, we are going to win this election in any case. We don't have to worry about who we need to challenge Gehlot. Let's accept it.
I've heard your question, Rajdeep. Let me address that. Rajdeep,
no, not a question. It's
I'm
just
going by your numbers only. I'm not even going by the mean of. Arey bhai, Rajdeep, let me address it now. You've asked a 2-minute question. I am not cherry picking. I could have very well said, let's take the mean of polls of each and go. I'm not going by that. I am saying, forget the conversion of seats. Let's go by the vote share in each scenario. What is the vote share you have given to BJP in Madhya Pradesh and vote share to Congress in Madhya Pradesh? What is the vote share in Rajasthan you have given to BJP and Congress, and what is the difference? And what is the vote share in Congress and BJP in Chhattisgarh, and what is the difference? In Madhya Pradesh, there is a sizable difference. In Rajasthan, there is hardly any difference. And then on the basis of that, make a conversion of seats, which is not a perfect science. It's that basis I'm saying this.
You know, since you've asked a question, Shehzad, let me
then Rajasthan, we are ahead.
No, 1 second. Since you asked where is the Congress gaining votes, I want to go through the caste-wise breakup to answer Shehzad's point, and then I'll go across to Telangana in a moment, because he's asking a question with a lot of confidence. That question can actually be answered because that data is publicly available now and can be addressed. So amongst the scheduled castes, amongst the Meghwal community, the Congress's vote share is up 10% from the last time. We are picking up 63% votes amongst the Meghwals for the Congress. Amongst the other Dalits, the SCs, Congress at 56, it was 50% from the last time, so that's again 6% up. Amongst the Meenas, which is a scheduled tribe, the Congress up 1% from the last time, 57 this time, it was 56 the last time. Amongst the Bhils, these are also the tribals, 46%, it was 41% the last time. Amongst the other tribals, 49%, so there's no change. Amongst the Muslims, it's 83% this time, last time it was only, it was 8% less. So the Congress gaining amongst the Jats as well, which is an OBC community, 36%. Last time the Congress polled only 30%. The BJP is at 42, but the Congress did pick up 6%. The Congress has lost ground amongst the Gujars. They've lost 11% of the Gujar vote they had. They've gained marginally amongst the Malis, which is the community that Ashok Gehlot comes from, so from 39 to 40. And therefore, there are communities where the Congress has picked up votes. So it's not as if, you know, there is no community where the Congress isn't
Rahul,
picking up votes.
just to say, to back up Shehzad's point, my belief is why I believe Rajasthan, the BJP is very much in the race, is the Gujar vote. You see, the Gujar vote was what the Congress got in large numbers in 2018. If that has drifted more substantially than our numbers say, I know it's only 9%, but it affects a substantial area of eastern Rajasthan, which the Congress did very well. That can change the equation. I would say it's a tight race. My only point to Shehzad is, just as the Congress needs to start getting real about, if our numbers are right about Madhya Pradesh, the BJP also needs to get real about a state that they look like sweeping 5 months ago and now has become a tight race. I mean, if politicians could start becoming a little bit more humble, it might help them.
You're
That's all
asking
I'm
for
saying.
too much, Rajdeep. Asking for too much. Right now, all we ask for is for our
Rajdeep,
polls
now
to be correct.
why are you accusing me of not being humble?
उसने तो बोला, I want to disagree in all humility.